What is going on, IRL streamers to be? I am Doodybeard. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Now, if you know me or you're like me, you probably are just coming down off the high from TwitchCon, which was absolutely amazing. And if you missed it, I really do apologize. You should really get yourself out to a TwitchCon one of these days. There were so many streamers IRL streaming, and finally, for the first year, I felt just at home because I was IRL streaming, and I have now taught a bunch of people to IRL stream. In fact, somebody came up to me at the partner party and thanked me for my original video on teaching them how to build an IRL backpack because they were going to start IRL streaming that weekend. Dude, thank you. Thank you. You made my night, dude. You made my night. I was in space. So that was really good to hear. Thank you so much. Anyway, TwitchCon was just incredible. It was so amazing. But the real reason I'm making this video, I've actually wanted to make this video for a really long time, is because now there's a lot of people who are building backpacks, and it's the first run of the backpack. Now there's like a 2.0 version of this Doodybeard IRL streaming backpack. So I want to upgrade the video. This is the video that you want to watch from now on for building your backpack. If you did build an IRL backpack using the Jetson Nano and Camlink combo, don't worry, you're still good. I will suggest you investing in a fan case for the Jetson Nano and possibly something to keep the backpack cool, because the Camlink has some heating issues. Other than that, you're good, and you don't necessarily need this whole new backpack setup, but it would be good to learn about the new encoder, because it would be just really beneficial to you. Anyway, before we get started, I just need to fuel up with G Fuel, which is today's sponsor for this video. G Fuel has really amazing new Halloween flavors like caramel apple right here and Twisted Metal's ice cream. It's a joke. Stop it. Check out what they got. Use code DUDY. I promise you it'll be worth it, and you'll be saving a ton of money. So check that out right away. All right, as you can see, I have emptied out my entire Gridit. We are going to rebuild this backpack from the ground up. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do in full detail, and you're going to love it. Or else. First things first, get one of these Gridit things. This is a larger size one. I don't know the exact size, but it is all in the links in the description below. Everything that is in this backpack will be in one link down below in the description of this video. So don't worry about anything. I got you fully covered, and it's very well organized. So I got you guys. But back to this, it's a Gridit. It looks like I have to get a new one because I've been using it for a while. These things are kind of worn. The stitches in the back are a little worn too, a little bit. But all I use back here is to keep battery storage. We'll get into batteries later. These are my batteries to power the encoder that I use. And I have one on the Gridit at all times, and then I have 3 back here at all times. But get yourself a Gridit, and now we're gonna get started to step 1, or this would be step 1.5, where the next step is the modem. This is a Netgear Nighthawk M1 modem. This is a extremely powerful modem, one of the best on the market. I have a tiny little Ethernet cable, and I run this thing with no battery in the backpack. This is connected to its own power source, and the reason for that is because otherwise this thing's gonna overheat. It works perfectly with a battery. You're not even gonna notice, you're not gonna wonder. It's got the USB-C connector. Very important, make sure to buy this thing unlocked. I've had a few of my people who have checked out the video, they've got this thing, they go to Verizon, and then they say that they can't connect it because it's only eligible for AT&T or T-Mobile. Make sure you get one that's unlocked if you're planning on using Verizon for your modem. I would say that AT&T is just as good in some places, so if you have to go AT&T, you're fine, but make sure you buy this thing unlocked. I'm telling you now, this is your final warning. Nighthawk M1 modem. I'm gonna put it in the Gridit. Once you get the modem, you're gonna go down to Verizon, and you're gonna take the modem with you, and you're going to get the manager, not one of the salespeople, because they'll try to sell you on extra stupid stuff that you don't need. Go to the manager and say you just wanna set this modem up for an extra line on your account, or whatever your account is. I don't know your life. For me, I pay, I think, 30 bucks for either 100 gigabytes a month or unlimited. I don't know at this point. I should probably check it. I think when I check it, it says unlimited, but I'm pretty sure I signed up for 100 gigabytes a month. Either way, I don't pay a lot. Back in the day when I was streaming a couple years ago, apparently this kind of thing was way more expensive. So 30 bucks a month or 40 bucks a month or something like that. I have Verizon. Verizon works amazingly well wherever I am. I have really virtually never run into a big problem, more or less. But yeah, Verizon works, and I probably will double up on AT&T one of these days, probably next month or two. So far, this is what it looks like. The modem is here, and this is just set up for me, for my convenience. It's really because of this tiny little Ethernet cable. If given the chance again, I'd probably just get double the length. But yeah, so that's why it's gonna be set up like this. I have the power source. I have an Anker 20,000 battery. This lasts forever. This gives it about 10 to 12, maybe even more hours. I've never really run it down, but I've done 12-hour IRL streams on this thing before. So this is what we got so far. Once you go to Verizon and you get service, you'll probably want to set it up something like this. This is the power source cable that connects the USB-C to the battery, and this will go in the encoder, which we will go over right now. So this next piece of equipment will exchange your Jetson Nano and your Camlink combo. This, in the fan case, is a Orange Pi 5 Plus. This thing is so awesome. I bought the fan case, and altogether, if I'm not mistaken, the whole combo was less than $120. This thing is super, super fun, and the best thing about it is right here, it has its own built-in HDMI cable inputs. So you don't need the Camlink, it's right here. If you bought it recently, you can probably get your money back if you went to Amazon. Also, it has your Ethernet cables right here as well. I made another video about putting this together, but I'm an idiot, and this is the first computer thing that I put together. So if I could do this, you could literally do this. It's super, super cool. I also got a Wi-Fi TP link, and I put that in the USB slot. This allows me to pick up other Wi-Fi hotspots around wherever I go, and as long as they don't have that login screen that, you know, like hotels have, then you can actually bond it to this device. You could already do that on the Jetson Nano, but just throwing it in here now because I'm showing you the encoder. And this thing is just really, really, really awesome. It also, little detail, has very satisfying LEDs. If it turns red, that means it's not working. If it's flickering blue and purple and red, then that means everything's a-okay. This thing is awesome. Again, everything's gonna be down below in the links, but let's put this in the Gridit. Oh, also, side note, might not hurt to get a static electricity bracelet. This thing allegedly defends against static electricity. I haven't had a problem. I normally have a problem walking in Vegas. I got shocked twice in Vegas, so maybe it just helped me not get shocked a lot in Vegas. But yeah, get one of these things.
Well, it seems as if my phone is run completely out of storage again, and I have to finish a whole nother YouTube video on my computer, which I probably should have started the process there anyway. I just had a better fucking shot. Anyway, before we put the encoder into the Gridit, there's one last thing we have to do, and it's the most important part. We have to take our mini SD card, which is back here, and we have to go on to our computers or laptops, and we have to take the BELABOX software, flash it onto this SD card, and stick it into this little tiny slot back here on the encoder. I promise you it is so easy. I'm going to leave the link to the tutorial video for that down below. So pause here, go to the tutorial video, watch the part on how to install BELABOX on your SD card. I promise you it's so easy. I'm a total doofus and I've done it like twice. So I swear it's so easy. BELABOX works on the Orange Pi Plus the same exact way. Just follow those instructions and come back to this video when you are fully finished with that software. You were supposed to pause! Now that we got the software BELABOX running on the SD card in the encoder, we're ready to put it into our Gridit like I have done. Now again, my setup is going to look different than yours most likely, but this is what mine is. I have the power source right next to it. This is an Anker 13,000. The funny thing is about this battery is for the Jetson, this would give me about 4 hours. For the Orange Pi Plus with the fan case, for whatever reason, this thing gives me about 8 to 15 hours. I don't know. It's kind of fucking crazy. But these two together are going to be like bread and delicious butter. This is the cable. It is a USB to C. It's a heavy duty one. It's the ones that come with these batteries are most likely the best ones to use, but I have the Ethernet cable. The HDMI will go into the slot right here for the camera, and I'm going to plug this bad boy in where it needs to be right now. So that's what it looks like so far. We're basically almost done. As long as you've done the software, you got the modem service, you got the batteries. Next thing is camera, and I'll just show you my camera real quick. My camera, the piece of resistance. Now, I always keep my camera very safe because this camera is super hard to find, out of print. They do not make these anymore. You can get them refurbished from IRLtools.com, and I have always had a personal mantra, not necessarily like a sentence, but I've always said that refurbished stuff is a-okay. I've always had refurbished stuff. My Xbox 360's Red Ring of Death, you always get a refurbished one. I mean, that's life, refurbishment, you know, they fuck up and they fix it and you get a refurbished one. So I keep this thing in a beer cozy with my microfiber scrubbies to clean the lens. This thing is on a cam saver, also from IRLtools.com, which, by the way, is probably the best Discord server for you to jump into right now. If you have any other questions about IRL stuff and I'm not around, or basically it's the Discord community that helped me, Muggles and Gajira are two of the best dudes ever. So please, the link is going to be down below. Click on that. Anyway, this is a Sony HDR AS300. This is the HD version, goes up to 1080p and 60 frames a second. My homies have gotten the 4K one, which I will try to get my hands on one of these days. But for now, this thing works perfectly. It's very safe. The cam saver is awesome. If I happen to drop this, doesn't matter. I have a cam saver on it. And cool ass people like Dan Clancy used the IRLtools.com Discord server store and got some cam savers for him as well. So if Dan Clancy's using it, then you know it's cool. I would check the links down below to all the stuff in the backpack to see if I am hosting an active link to this thing. It goes up and down. It's one of the Amazon links. So if you see it there, I would definitely go ahead and swipe this thing up. If you see it for a good deal, I would swipe it up. My buddy Stupler got a 4K one for like less than 200 bucks, I think, or close to that. But yeah, this is the one. This is super light. It's super amazing. I love this camera. A lot of people ask me about microphones. I don't use a microphone. I've had really good luck with sound. I probably will get one because you never know when I'm going to be streaming at a very, very, very loud event or a very, very windy day. They're very situational, something that I picked up from the IRL panel this year at TwitchCon. But yeah, if you want to get a mic, I say go for it. If you don't think you need one with this camera, I say you don't need one. I do have another camera where the mic's kind of busted, and I will be getting a mic to use that. I would like to start using these cameras more for vlogging as well as IRL streaming because they're so awesome. So yeah, camera bits. Let's show you now how to connect these with power and how to add this part to the grid. First of all, this is one of the best tripods that I have ever seen in my life. I love this thing. It's heavy and lightweight, if that makes sense to you. It feels sturdy, but it's super, super, super light. You can just move it really fast. It also extends all the way into a tripod very, very, very easily. And if you're a phone streamer, don't even fret. This has a built-in little phone clamp, and I love this. I use a Ulanzi quick release little thing for the tripod, and what the quick release does is basically it allows you to clamp something on and then very quickly take it off and put it on something else that you might have clamped, like a shoulder clamp or something. All my friends use Ulanzi. It is super, super easy. I love the button mechanism. You can even lock it in, and the tripod is a U-rig. All these are going to be in the description below. I think these are the best bet for everything. On top of those, how do I connect these to a battery and to everything? Well, you use two cables to connect these to the rest of the rig. I have this purple wire mesh, again in the description below, that makes 2 annoying ass cables into one beautiful, lovely, very satisfying purple cable, and it is pretty satisfying, and it keeps it together. I have everything taped together with electrical tape, and I have only had to reinforce this one time. Ever since then, it's been perfectly still and serene, and I love this thing. But what's inside of this? You're gonna need a USB to micro USB, and that will charge the camera. And to charge it, I use one of these Anker 10,000s. They give me plenty of battery time, about 8 to 10 hours. I haven't tried anything else. I probably will eventually try something else so I never have to change it out, but for now these little guys work perfectly. The other wire in here is an HDMI to mini HDMI or micro HDMI. I don't know off the top of my head. Again, it's all down in the link of the description. I have 2 of these. They work perfectly. Let's go ahead and plug these in to show you how they look. Now, would you believe it? You're basically done with your backpack. As long as you did the tutorial for BELABOX and you have the software in there and you've retrieved your browser source to show on your OBS, you're basically done building your backpack. So let's enjoy that. Give yourself a round of applause. And let's just finish in the final steps in this because you're amazing. Holy shit. This is what it's going to look like plugged in. This is going to be plugged into 2 spots, the encoder and the battery as well. I'm not gonna lie, I have only been successful in the first slot of the encoder next to the USB ports. They just don't work in the other HDMI slots. It could just be my dumb luck. It could be that they only work when the first one's plugged in. I'm not sure, but I only use one camera, so I don't really question it. So that's kind of where I am with that. So just as easy as you have plugged all this in, it is easy enough to plug it into the back of the camera. And as long as you have your browser source set up, you've turned on your encoder from your BELABOX cloud on the phone or on a web browser and done all the other steps, this should appear in your OBS studio perfectly. And you're basically ready to go. So you've done everything. You got the camera picture showing up on your OBS. How do I start and stop stream? Well, let me show you the greatest invention ever. Now, what I used to do is I used to have some commands set up by StreamerBot to type into chat and start and end stream and go to my break screens if need be. But now I still do that, but I use an extension on my PC called Remote Chrome Desktop. And once you download the app, you can basically do anything you want from your home PC. Nowadays, I stop stream right from my PC at my phone. I change scenes from my phone. If anything happens and I need to restart my phone, or my PC rather, then I restart my PC from my phone and I can do everything. I can go live on TikTok from my PC, from my phone. I can do everything. So right now, even if you haven't started, go ahead and try this out because it's free. Download the Remote Desktop Chrome app and download the app on your phone and the extension on your PC and just see how absolutely amazing this is. It's so cool. And believe it or not, that's actually it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole tutorial. That's how to build a fucking backpack. You fully figured it out. All the other little accessories like the shoulder strap and the little bits and the wires are going to be in the description below. I want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Subatomics. He is an amazing IRL streamer. He streams on Twitch. He's about to hit partner, and he is the one who told me about this new encoder as opposed to the Jetson. And ever since then, it has been just so much easier. So please give him a follow. And thank you very much again for watching this video. So many of you have built IRL backpacks, and I really appreciate it. I hope this tutorial was a little easier to follow. I hope this tutorial will help you out. If so, give me a follow on Twitch. Share this video, like, subscribe, all of those things. Please, please support this channel. I'm trying to hit YouTube partner. I might even be live streaming on this now that Twitch has dropped the guidelines for multi-streaming, so we will see. Anyway, thank you so much. Be awesome. Let me know in the comments how your IRL setups have gone. I love hearing about your stories, and come up to me in real life if you see me at a convention. That there was no other good feeling than you guys coming up to me and being like, hey, you really helped me out. So thanks again. Stay out of trouble. subscribe and follow me on Twitch, and I will see you soon. I'll see you out there in the real world streaming.